In the next 2 to 3 breaths, let's slowly bring ourselves into a tabletop. Take your time getting there. This series is going to be focused a little bit more on stretching out through the legs. It's not as much go, go, go. It's a really good practice for those of you that are runners or joggers. So in that tabletop, just start to come into a few cat-cows. Rolling the shoulders back on your inhale. Rounding out through the spine on your exhale. Shaking out the head, moving the hips. Allow these movement sets to be organic. And then slowly making your way into your downward dog. If this is your first one today, really ease into it. Don't force yourself into grounding down the heels or straightening out the back or anything. Just really give yourself some time and patience here for the body to adjust, for you to get deeper into your pose. So we're here for a few breaths. You can continue to move slightly, walking out the feet, swaying the hips. Or you could be a little more static. For those that are static, ensure that all 10 of your fingers are spread out nice and wide. You're grounding down through your shoulders so you're not tensing them up toward the ears. And then you're really working on still lengthening out through your spine. Your eyes are looking past your inner thighs. And you're finding just a few more breaths here. Good. Slowly look toward the top of the mat. Now we're going to step the right foot into the middle and you're going to drop the left heel down. Okay, so it's a shorter stance than Warrior One. If you need props, you could place blocks underneath the palms. Otherwise, you're going to inhale a flat spine. Do your best on straightening out through the right leg. And then exhale, deepen that forward fold set. Really relaxing the weight of your head, crown of the head parallel to the mat. And we're getting into that IT band just on the right hand side. So try to pull that right hip back a little more, maybe pressing through the right heel, softening through the balls of your feet and your toes. And then just allow the breath to slowly flow in and out of the nose. Taking just about 2 more breaths here. Inhale your flat spine. You're going to drop the back left knee down and you're going to wiggle the right foot out into a deep runner's lunge. From there, bringing yourself into an upright position, tucking the tailbone under. And then keep your shoulders on top of the hips. We're going to be quite passive. So just allow yourself to shift your body weight forward so you could feel that opening through the left quadricep. You still have a front knee to heel alignment. And you're just breathing here in and out of the nose. Taking about 2 more breaths. Planting your palms down on the inside of the right leg. Wiggle the right foot out. Coming into a dragon set. You're here just for a moment. So as you slightly bend the elbows, you're shifting that body weight forward and you're deepening that opening right through the inner hip crease. Crown of the head lengthening up toward the ceiling, relaxing your shoulders, really lengthening out through your spine, and just taking a few breaths here. At any point, if it becomes too much, you could pulse the hip back and then slowly come back into the pose, or maybe if that feels good, you're continuing to do that. You're just moving and pulsing through. Keeping your left palm planted, right palm to the thigh. Hold here for a few breaths. Or right arm right up toward the ceiling for a couple of counts. And on your next exhale, releasing the right palm down, slowly stepping the right foot back, coming into a child's pose for 2 breaths. Stretching out through that lower back. And then bringing yourself up toward a tabletop, quick set down dog, shake out your head, and walk the feet. Reaching the hips up toward the ceiling on an inhale, grounding the heels down on an exhale, pushing the chest toward the back wall or toward your thighs. And then let's slowly take your left leg now, just to the mat in the middle, dropping the right heel down. Inhale, a flat spine, and then exhale, deepen your set into a forward fold. Do the best that you can to pull the left hip bone back a little bit, softening through the feet. And relaxing your head. Do your best to straighten out through that left leg again. Lengthening out through the back of the neck. And then pressing firmly into your left heel to slightly pull the left hip back, just so you could try to go a little bit deeper. Taking just a couple more breaths. And then as you inhale your flat back, slowly bending the right knee, wiggle that left foot out. So you're coming into that deep runner's lunge. Setting your shoulders down so they're aligned on top of the hips. And then shifting your body weight forward ever so slightly. Taking a few breaths here. Squeezing that right glute, just so you're getting that lengthening sensation through the side. And feel that crown of the head reaching nice and tall. On your next 2 breaths, start to bring the upper body forward, wiggle the left foot out, coming into that dragon set, knee to heel alignment. Now you have that option here if it becomes too much to pulse, reach the hips back, and then just bring yourself back into the depth of the pose. You can do that the entire time, 1 to 2 times, or find your static pose. Whatever it is that the muscle is going through, it's reflected in your breath. So try your best to smooth it out. You're here for just a few more counts. We're coming back into that child's pose. So stepping that left leg back, reaching the hips to the heels, forehead to the mat for a few breaths. And as you bring yourself upright, we're going to come to sit in the middle of the mat, lengthwise, and you're going to widen your stance. Press the palms forward, lift up the hips a few times, and then move the flesh and the muscle back. So you're directly up onto the sit bones. Now you can stay here if this is enough. If you're feeling good, you can start to walk the palms forward a little bit, getting right in between those inner thighs. Taking the eyes to look more toward the floor. And then with time, as you get more and more comfortable, you start to lower down onto the forearms. One day, the entire chest will be flat on the ground. And then just continue to breathe in and out of the nose. Always recorrecting your posture, trying to find a little more length. And take your final 3 breaths. Good. With helping hands, bring yourself up, reaching the right arm toward your right thigh, and then reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Find a little bit of a pulse here. Rolling that left shoulder blade back. And then just breathing nice and deep again, in and out of the nose, filling up the area of the rib cage. Switching sides, cartwheel yourself over. And then again, coming into a few pulses. Recorrecting the alignment every time. And once you find that deepest pulse, rolling that right shoulder blade back. Deepening your breath. And just enjoying that side stretch. And final 2. Bringing your body up towards center, slowly bending at the knees. Pivot yourself so you're now at the top of the mat with the legs extending forward. Again, walk the flesh and the muscle back. Feet are flexed, take 2 to 3 pulses toward the thighs. And then bring the right knee up, hugging that right leg as you twist and look past your right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. You're here for 2 more breaths. And as you slowly unbind, switch, hugging that left knee up, taking the right arm, wrapping it around the left leg. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and then exhale, twist, looking past your left shoulder. Just taking about 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. As you gently release, extend that left leg forward again. Bend your right knee and you're coming to a half hero. So that heel is close to the glute, and you can either hang out here where you're just leaning back and you're getting into that quadricep stretch. You can lower down all the way to the back. If this is too much for your knee, then you're going to lower down onto the back, roll onto one side, so then you're just holding that right knee up. Okay? Another option is lying down on your belly and then bending the right knee and then pulling that right heel toward the glute. Okay, wherever you are, you could just find your focus point, or better yet, close the eyes. We're here for about 20 more seconds. And with helping hands, slowly bring yourself up. Bring the palms onto the left side to slowly release and alleviate that right leg. And then switch. You're bending at the left knee, pulling that heel close toward the glute. You can lift up the hips a couple of times, get into your posture set. And then again, find that pose that you did on the other side here. Whether you were more upright, you're lying down on the back or the side or even the belly. Closing the eyes and then just enjoying the time and the space as you breathe a little bit deeper, getting into the left side body. Your final 2 breaths. Wherever you are, slowly bring yourself up. Releasing that left leg, a couple of pulses coming forward. If you need to take a vinyasa flush, you can go ahead and explore that. Otherwise, we're coming into that child's pose and getting ready for the next add-on.